Hello.
Hi,
Who do we have on the call?
this is Crystal.
Hey, Crystal, how are you?
Good. It was so weird. When it was calling, like I put the little reminder on my phone, and then when the conference call called me, I was like, "That is so weird."
Yeah, I
That is
wanted to
so
make
cool.
it easy so people who come on the calls from here on out, it'll call them with a reminder.
Oh,
So
that is
that's
so
really
cool.
cool. Yeah. I heard somebody else jump on. Who joined us? Don't be shy. Hello. Okay. You'd rather remain anonymous. That's okay. We're going to give some of the ladies a few more minutes to jump on, but I am thankful that you have joined me tonight. And I just ask that you mute your phone when you're not talking, and then towards the end of the call, like last week, I will go ahead and open up the floor for women to ask questions or comments, or like last week, we really went in and helped each other. That was beautiful to me. So thank you. Hello, who just joined us? Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh my gosh, you're talking to me. I'm well. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. I just wanted to get your name and know who's joining us tonight.
My name is Ellis.
Okay, well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you're on the call with us. I'm going to
Oh,
ask you to
thank
mute your
you.
phone. Yes. So mute your phone. I will open it up later for you to ask any questions, if you have any comments, a little later in the call. So thank you for joining us.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so very much.
Awesome. Hi, somebody just joined us. Tell us who you are.
Oh, my name is Dee.
Hey, Dee, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm really excited to have so many wonderful ladies on the call. We're going to give them a few more minutes. I know several people are putting little people down to bed and all that jazz. I just got off of a call and jumped onto this one. So if you want to mute your phone, we will uh, get started in a few minutes. Okay. Give them one more minute. Okay, well, good evening, ladies. Thank you so very much for joining me. My name is Tanya Barnett. I am your real wife coach, and I do just that. I coach single, married, divorced, widowed. I actually spent Saturday sitting at a table with 7 widowed women, and so it was very humbling for me, enlightening for me to get information from women who are married 40, 50 years, really until death did you part. I was at an 80th birthday celebration, and there were several widows there. So I sat at their feet and got a lot of information, laughed, was shocked at some of the stuff that they shared with me, but I had to remember they were once in their 20s and 30s also. So thank you so much for joining me. My website is realwifemovement.com. If you haven't had an opportunity to visit me there, please feel free to do so. I have a blog there as well where I share tips and tools on how to have a healthy marriage. I also do reviews of products as well as events that my husband and I go to together for date night. And I also share how to have fun date nights as well, and some of the things you can do either in the house, outside the house. So all of that information is on my website. So feel free to join me there. So I am also the author of Being a Wife Just Got Real, Things I Wish I Knew Before I Said I Do. My husband and I have been married 17 years, and the first several years, I would say 15, were tumultuous, to say the least, really crazy. My husband and I were not getting along in front of the children, in front of friends, family, you name it. We were just a hot mess. And so I had to have an encounter where I really was taken all the way down off my high horse because I paraded myself around as being Little Miss Perfect, and my husband was, the devil reincarnated. But some things went down between us, and I really had to look at myself and say, okay, I've spent 15 years in this terrible marriage. Where are we going from here? Do I want to stay married to you? And if I do, how do I make it better? And so that's the reason why I wrote my book, because I went through a transformation where the change in my marriage started with me, and then once I started to change, my husband started to change. Are we perfect? Absolutely not. We had a couple of days last week where it was kind of quiet and things were just kind of off a little bit, but I gave my husband his space, I gave him his time, and after that we were able to come together, talk, and come to find out there was some miscommunication on his part. He received something wrong from me, and so that caused him to shut down. So my marriage is not perfect at all. And that's one of the things I always want to start with first, just letting women know that everything that I share, I'm totally transparent. If you go on my website and read my blog post, I'm totally transparent. I share on my Periscope if me and my husband are going through something and how I'm working through it. I do share that because I think it's really important in today's world for people to be transparent. And I think that helps so many other people, especially if you're African American or in various churches, synagogues, mosques, whatever. People just don't share the intimacies of what goes on behind closed doors, and I think a lot of women are suffering in silence. So that's the whole premise behind the Real Wife movement. And my goal is through calls like this, webinars, classes, workshops, to be able to empower women to start the minute they're done with that conversation or that workshop, to start changing themselves on the inside out. So I'm really excited about today's topic. Today's topic, we are going to talk about self-care. And in this self-care, I'm going to be talking about two different things. I'm going to be talking about the mental aspect as well as just some practical tips on how you can build up your self-care. And in that self-care, when you feel good about yourself, then you're able to project that out. And then your husband sees a confident wife. And for men, they love for their women to be confident. For a long time, I was not confident. I was overweight. I was diabetic. I was a stay-at-home mom. And all those things ate me up. There was one point where I just was tired. I'm just like, I want to work. And I can tell you, I think within a couple of months, I sent out about 100 job applications. And I started getting letter after letter after letter after letter after letter, and it just ate away at my self-esteem. And I would see my friends leaving, going to work, driving Beamers, and going on all these fly vacations, and here I am at home, can't even take my kids to Disney, just depressed. And so I was that person who was eating 5 and 6, 7 double-stuffed Oreos, sitting in here watching Oprah, pissed off at the world, mad at my kids, angry at my husband, and I just went into a downward spiral to the point where, I really was depressed and had a lot of self-esteem issues. And so I really wanted to address that tonight because I know that once I got out of that, my self-esteem changed. I started losing the weight, and then I was able to start some ventures that never were on my radar. So talking about our body image is really important for us as women. I don't know how many women on here are married or single or even have children, but it's really important for us to understand that a lot of times the way we relate to the world, we're still doing it from our middle school brain. We're still doing it from our high school brain or even our college brain. And so I want to remove that veil from us tonight and look at us from where we are. So if you're 45, look at your body from a 45-year-old woman's body. If you're 25, look at your body from a 25-year-old woman's body. I think a lot of times we see people like Beyonce and, all these women that are fly, like Angela Bassett. I mean, she's just phenomenal. But we also have to look at their lifestyles. They have trainers. They have people who cook for them. So with our body image, we have to look at our body image at where we are, what our community is, what our home life is, what our job life is, what we have going on with the kids, and be realistic. A lot of times we focus on, I wish I had Beyonce's body. But I guarantee you, every time I see Beyonce on TV, and my husband and I went to go see her in a concert, I swear she had on some Spanx tights to hold that stuff in. So that's just me. Every time she dances, she has on some type of tights. And so I'm sure Beyonce works really hard to work her body where it is. For some of us, that's not our reality. We get up in the morning, get the kids ready, we get them to daycare or wherever they need to go. We get to work, do our 8 hours, leave from there, sit in traffic, pick the kids up, run them where they need to go, grab something to eat. Then by the time we come home, we're exhausted. So definitely today, I really want you to think about how you view your body, how you view your body image, and look at it from where you are, what your lifestyle is, and be okay with that. And in the middle of being okay with that, stop comparing yourself. I know for me, I compare myself to my neighbor, Patty, who lives up the street, who is being pole skinny, and she and I were talking, and she told me she had high cholesterol, she had diabetes, and this chick was being pole skinny. And so when we had a conversation, a light bulb clicked on for me, and I'm like, well, she's skinny fat. She's a skinny woman, but she has overweight health issues. So a lot of times we can compare ourselves to other people but really not know what they have going on behind closed doors. So moving from there in our body image, I want us to examine, what are we eating every day? What are some things that you're eating? Consider how much water you're drinking. I know for me, water in the wintertime is like drinking ice. It is very hard for me to drink water in the wintertime. So what I started doing was adding fruit-flavored teas, Celestial Seasonings, or whoever those different tea brands are. I would get blueberry, strawberry, peach, and use those to warm my water up. I will also squeeze lemon in my water, warm that up, put a little bit of honey in it to try to get my water in. So we know that water is everything for our bodies. It determines what our periods are like. I actually had a trainer tell me when I had really, really terrible periods, he said, how much water are you drinking? When I told him I wasn't drinking maybe one water bottle a day, he was like, well, that's why you have terrible cramping, your periods are heavy, you need to add water. And then once I did that, I noticed a huge difference in that. And I know some of this stuff you're probably like, well, that's not my issue, but the reality is we definitely need water. It's good for your skin, it's good for your hair, it's even good for your female parts. So I know once you hit 40-something, and again, I don't know what the age group is on this call, but once we hit 40-something, sometimes those things don't wake up as quickly as they used to when we were younger, and a lot of times I have to deal with dehydration. And so definitely make sure to incorporate water into your diet. The next thing is incorporate your fruits and vegetables. I know when I was a Girl Scout troop leader, and my troop I had high school Girl Scouts, and we taught younger troops, like the Daisies and the Brownies, we taught them to eat the rainbow. So make sure your fruits and vegetables are colorful. And so like in my house, when we go grocery shopping, we notice that the food at the grocery store is sometimes laid out via color. So you have all your leafy greens are together, cucumbers are over there, your broccoli's over there, then you have like all your fruits are together. So try to buy different colors of the rainbow. So whether it's carrots, butternut squash. I just got down with spaghetti squash not too long ago. That was really good. My husband wanted me to try that, and we fell in love with it. And it fills you up like regular pasta, so I felt really good about that, eating that. But definitely, make sure that you're eating the rainbow and getting your antioxidants. If you need a multivitamin, do that. Go to the doctor and get blood tests. I know for me, when my hair was falling out, I had so many tests done back in 2010 to find out why I was losing my hair. And one of it was my estrogen levels were low, and I was anemic, and I also had a vitamin D deficiency. And so my doctor, of course, some medical doctors want to give you all these pills, but I asked her, what can I do to eliminate having to take medication? And so for the estrogen, I started doing soy. I purchased silken soy, and so instead of putting yogurt in my my smoothies, I put silken tofu in my smoothies now, and it gives you the same consistency of yogurt. It doesn't have a flavor, and then you also get your estrogen that way. So that was one of the ways I chose to get my estrogen. And then broccoli is a good source of vitamin D. So we have a steamer and put a little bit of water in there, has a little timer, put broccoli in there, and then after the broccoli is steamed, I put them in a Ziploc bag, throw them in the refrigerator, pull them out, squeeze some lemon juice on them, or put some Mrs. Dash on them and snack on those. And so I would just say find what you like. It's very easy to make simple recipes, cauliflower, barbecue cauliflower, buffalo cauliflower, where people are using cauliflower instead of chicken wings. And so that's on my husband's to-do list for Super Bowl. He wants me to do buffalo cauliflower. So we're going to try that, see how that works out. So definitely make sure you're eating your fruits and vegetables. That helps with digestion. That helps keep down the bloating. If you find that eating fruits and vegetables causes you to have gas, get some Beano. I know for me, since I love broccoli and I love kale, I eat a salad a day. I carry Beano in my lunch bag when I go to work. I keep Beano in the house. So, there's definitely ways to overcome those excuses that we tell ourselves, well, I don't want gas, so I'm not going to eat my vegetables. No, there's Beano for that. So we're going to, in the Real Wife Movement, we keep it 100% real, and we're going to eliminate excuses as to why you cannot do something, because you can do whatever you decide upon yourself to do. So one of the things I also want you to do is I want you to challenge yourself to make positive affirmations about yourself, whatever those things are. So for me, I always tell myself I'm made in God's image, and there's nothing wrong with me. Another thing I say is I am healthy. And so as long as I continue to tell myself that, I feel healthy, and I behave that way. I put on there I eat healthy food. I do allow myself a cheat day here or there, but then I compensate for that cheat day by making sure I exercise. So I'm not saying don't eat anything that you love. I know I have a girlfriend who is a foodie for sure. So when she knows she's going out, that morning she'll call me, hey, T, let's go walk 4 miles in the neighborhood. So we'll go walk 4 miles. Takes us a little less than an hour to do that. And then she goes on about her day. So definitely make sure you get your guilty pleasures in, because that'll keep you from overeating. What I started doing, I love Oreos. I've always loved Oreos ever since I was a little girl. So when I get an Oreo, I pop it open, I take the icing out, I throw one side of the Oreo away and just eat one piece of the Oreo. And then once I do that, my brain registers, I just ate an Oreo, and then I'm good. I don't have to sit there and eat 5 and 6 like I used to do. I also tell myself that I am, I'm blessed. And in that blessed, I'm not talking about the material things. I'm talking about, I'm blessed that I have healthy children. I'm blessed that I have a husband that comes home at night. I'm blessed that I still have both of my parents. I have a lot of friends who don't have both their parents. And so that helps keep your perspective right, because my mother can be very overbearing. And so when she calls me, I see her number on my call ID, my initial response is like, oh, God, what mommy want now? But then I have to remind myself I'm blessed to still have my parents. So think about the things that you're blessed with, that you're blessed to be healthy yourself, that you're in your right state of mind. I mean, there are people who, especially in today's world, who have lost their minds and are in institutions. I have an aunt who she checks herself in and out of institution every now and again. She's down in Louisiana. She's been doing that for years. I wish she'd go there for vacation myself. I'm going to get away from her husband, children, and grandchildren. But definitely, we are all blessed. We're blessed to live in the country that we live in, regardless of what's going on and who the president is. We are all very blessed that we have the civil liberties that we have, and we see things coming down the pipe that we don't like. Fight. Get out there, march, write your congressman. I know I've been doing a lot of that here recently. So definitely we are a blessed a set of women here in this country, and especially at the time that we're here. So moving on from there, we're going to be talking about exercise. So I do not want you to hang up and talk about, oh, Lord, here she go. Simple. I'm going to tell y'all what I do. This is my secret, especially with it being cold, and I do have a gym membership. So please forgive me because I go to the gym probably about once a week. I'm not even going to lie. So what I do is I have what's called the Nike Plus app. There's also an app called Map My Walk or Map My Run. And so what I do is I turn on the television, I will do laundry, and I walk. So I set my Nike app on my phone to say indoor or treadmill. And so while I'm folding clothes or ironing or washing dishes, I'm marching in place with my phone in my pocket. And before I know it, within an hour or so, I've walked 4 miles. I'm a documentary queen. I love documentaries, which usually run you about 2 hours. By the time my documentaries are done, I've gotten 7 miles in. And my kids laugh. They're 14 and 16, but I stand right in the middle of my living room, have the big screen on, my glasses on, my Nike app, and also helps that I have a Fitbit, so that helps me win some challenges also with my friends. But definitely that Nike app or Map My Walk, put that in your pocket and go to town in the house. If you have a new baby, that's a great way. Trying to get your baby to go to sleep, you are walking in place. Because, when we got those babies, we're walking anyway. So get those miles in, and you'll be really surprised at how the weight will come off. I started exercising right before Christmas, which I shouldn't have done, and eating right before Christmas, which I shouldn't have done. But since Christmas, I've lost 13 pounds. So I'm really excited that I picked that up. And now my husband has a Fitbit, so we challenge each other. And my husband is extremely competitive. So if you go to Real Wife Coach on Facebook, you will see a video of me and my husband in the basement trying to outwalk each other. He wound up winning because he cheated. And I will go to my grave with that. It's also on my Instagram story, Real Wife Coach. You'll see my husband and I challenging each other on the Fitbit. So that's really cool to be able to have a tool like a Fitbit or the free Nike app that's free. Map My Walk is free. And you can find your Facebook friends. You can find your contacts in your phone. And it's really cool to be able to challenge each other, cheer each other on. With the Nike app, what I like is when you turn it on, you can connect it to your Facebook. And so when you turn the app on, it'll send a message to your Facebook page to say, I just started my walk or my run or whatever, give me some cheers. So if people like that post, you'll hear cheers, applause on your phone, which is really cool, especially when I do races and I hear people cheering me while I'm like running a 13-mile race or several times when I did 2 marathons. It was really cool to hear those cheers from your friends because it really gives you that energy to keep going. So that's really exciting. And if you have a Fitbit or if you have any of those apps, I don't have Map My Run, but if you're on Nike Plus or if you are on a Fitbit, feel free to look me up. I'm Tanya Barnett. I will gladly accept your friend request and challenge you and challenge you to be your best you. So my challenge for you this week, for this next week until next Monday, I have 3 of them. The first one is to purge your underwear drawer. Purge your underwear drawer. I want you to go through. I want you to take everything out of your underwear drawer and put it on your bed. And I want you to go through it and say, is this sexy or not? If it's not, put it in the not sexy pile. If it is sexy, keep it in the sexy pile. If it has any type of holes, if it got a safety pin in it, because y'all know I know my mama used to wear slips with safety pins in them, and I did that for a while, and my husband was like, that is something my grandmother would do. I stopped doing that. Throw that stuff away. If it's not sexy or if it's got holes, I don't care how small the hole is, throw it away. If money is an issue, Walmart has some really, really cute panties. They have lace on them and things of that nature. I think starting at like $3.50. So that's where I go to buy my teenage daughter's underwear. So please purge your panty drawer. Please purge your bra drawer. We know our bras, sometimes the straps get kind of funky. It has a little rubber coming out the side of it because it's been washed 100 times, or the elastic around our waist or under our bust is kind of shot and it doesn't hold like it used to, please throw that away. Because when we're wearing stuff like that, it affects our self-esteem. So if you just throwing any old thing on, that's how you're going to carry yourself. So if you know you're throwing on some cute little lace panties and a cute matching bra or something that's close to it, you're going to carry yourself that way. So definitely take inventory of what you have, even down to your socks. If you have socks that have holes in them, throw them away. Why keep them? I used to tell myself, okay, I'm going to keep it to clean. I'm going to keep it to dust. I'm going to keep it to do the Windex on the mirrors and all that. And I never did. Next thing I know, I'll be putting on a holy sock, toe sticking out. My husband's like, yo, that is not cute. So if you have anything that is old, I would say if you've had it over a year, year and a half, you need to purge that. It's the beginning of the year. Purge your underwear drawer and get some fresh stuff in there. If you want to do 1 or 2 matching pieces, do that, and then use those for those days when you're going to be going out with your husband. If there's those moments where you want to entice him, put that stuff on. Men are very visual. That is what turns them on. So if they're not looking at us, they're looking at somebody else. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. My pastor said something yesterday. He said, men look at butts. They look at butts. He had the church cracking up, but it's the truth. So why not have him looking at yours and looking at your body? The second thing I want you to purge is your pajama drawer. If you have anything that you know your mama or your grandmama will wear, get rid of it. I went to a friend's house. She asked me, because I'm kind of a neat freak, she asked me to come up to her house and help her purge her closet and her drawers. And at the time, she was in her 30s, and I went into her pajama drawer, and there she had 3 house dresses. You know the ones that have the snaps that go all the way down the center that, Alice from the Brady Bunch used to wear, stuff like that? That's what she had in her 30s. And she's like, oh, my God, I don't want you to throw it away. That's so comfortable. And so we went shopping, and she got some cute stuff that wasn't revealing because she had 2 little boys, so she didn't want to be revealing. I said, you can have stuff that's not revealing and still be semi-sexy. I have 2 teenagers. My son is 14 years old, and I still wear stuff that is cute and is kind of sexy, but it doesn't show anything. So definitely purge your pajama drawer. Men do not want you to come to bed with sweatpants and socks and a T-shirt on. If that is who you are and that is what you're into, it's okay. It's not a knock. But what I'm suggesting at this point is look at changing that. If you just want to incorporate one piece so that you're comfortable, or even take him with you and say, hey, babe, can you help me pick out some stuff that you think I would be cute in? And he would love to do that. Men want to go to Victoria's Secret. They want to come out with a bag for you. So work on that. And that goes back to our body image. That goes back to our self-esteem. If you're one of my sisters that are have beautifully endowed, they make clothes for you. There's stores like Torrid, and there's Ashley Stewart, Lane Bryant, places like that. They have beautiful clothes. I know when I go in there with one of my girlfriends, I'm like, yo, this is cute. So there is cute stuff for all body frames, all body sizes. I had another girlfriend who would say, well, I can't wear none of that stuff because I'm big. And I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. You can wear whatever you feel comfortable in, but it starts with, again, your body image. So definitely purge your pajama drawer. And last but not least, for tonight, invest in the smell good stuff. Get you some stuff that smells good, whether it's all natural, if you're into the all natural things, like I purchased from my girlfriend Rita Pardo, who has Naturally Me and You. I've used a lot of her stuff. But I also use Bath & Body Works. They have really good smell good stuff, and they always have coupons. I don't care if you go online, you go in the store, they're standing there handing you a coupon. You can always get a buy one, get one free. And that's some smell good stuff. So definitely make sure that's something that you look into getting, so that, again, you feel good about yourself when something smells good. Or I know for me, if I have makeup on or I have earrings on, if I smell good, if my clothes look good on me, I have higher self-esteem. And so definitely, again, take your time, If this is something that you're not used to, just buy something, a small bottle. Just buy a small bottle of something, and then go from there. And then eventually replace your Jergens or whatever you use, Vaseline or whatever. Replace it with the Smell Good stuff. And so it took me time to do that as well. And so I only have Smell Good stuff, whether it's from Bath and Body Works or all natural products, something of that nature. The Smell Good stuff for me helps me to feel better about myself. And then my husband likes that. So when I take my shower at night, he comes upstairs from the man cave, then I'm smelling good, and then we have a good night. So, that is the whole purpose behind the Real Wife movement, so that we can have healthier, whole, sexier marriages and relationships with the men that we love. So it is 9:30. I'm going to open up the floor for any questions. If you have any comments about anything that I said, if you want to know my website or whatever, or how to reach me on social media, my website is realwifemovement.com, and I am Real Wife Coach on all social media, Periscope, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm the Real Wife Coach. So, yes, I'm going to open it up. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
No, I don't. This is very informative. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Hi, I just wanted to share a comment.
Uh-huh.
I think that the airports and the airplanes had it perfectly when you get on the airplane, they say, put on your mask first before you help the person that's next to you. And the reason why they say that is because if you die, the person next to you will definitely die.
Right.
So I love the conversation about, the self-care and everything like that. And I'm actually having this conversation with my best friend. We're both here sitting listening to the cast. And she said something so very interesting. And it's what you shared was, oh, yeah, these are self-care items. And that is the original thought. And it's not that you're doing this necessarily for your husband. You're really doing it for yourself. That's the secondary benefit. But the original reason is that you're really doing it for yourself. And you're right, like exercising and taking care of yourself. And all those things are just like Timo Supremo because they make you feel amazing. And the more you feel amazing, then that projects out into your atmosphere that you're living in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I can even tell you, since I lost the 53 pounds, and it was so funny, my teenagers, because my daughter, who's 16, she's a diva, once I lost the 53 pounds, and, I was dressing because I felt really good about myself. I had gotten rid of my mom jeans and bought my first pair of skinny jeans, like in 2012, and you couldn't tell me anything. And my daughter was like, Mom, all my friends are talking about how cute my mom is. And she was like, Mommy, yes, so even for my teenage daughter, for her, it was good to see her mom not looking frumpy or, what have you. So it not only affected me, it not only affected my marriage, my relationship with my husband, but it also affected my children. Where my kids would be like, our mom is cool, and, of course I don't act like I'm a teenager, but definitely for my daughter, it was one of those things where she felt good about the way her mom looked, especially with me not having hair, because that stressed her out a long time because she was afraid people were going to make fun of me, and she was poised to fight. Even my son at the time, I think he was like 10 when my hair started falling out. They were really poised to protect Mommy, but once they saw how their friends responded to the way I carried myself, then my kids were proud of how Mommy looked. And, my daughter shares with her friends all the time, my mom lost 53 pounds. My mom is cute. My mom is this. My mom is that. So definitely self-care is so, so important. It affects how you are, regardless of what it is, whether it's at work. It helped me, believe it or not, I wound up quitting a job and starting my nonprofit and then starting the Real Wife movement, to running, something I did back in boot camp back in the 90s. I ran my first race, and then before I knew it, I was addicted to running and did 2 marathons and then also did 2 triathlons. something that wasn't even in my vocabulary. And so definitely self-care, it is long-reaching. And it just goes without saying we have to take care of it. And they say, you know, if mom ain't right, nobody right. So, you know, that is so key to what you just said. Thank you for sharing. Any other questions or comments on the line? No? Okay, ladies. Well, thank you so very much for joining me. I will make this recording available. It will be available on Twitter and also on my Facebook page, which is Real Wife Coach. And I appreciate you for joining me. I am Tanya Barnett, your Real Wife Coach, and my website is realwifemovement.com. Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay.